And we'll have to see whether or not Mathismight sees BMan coming in this game. Lots of aggro from BMan. Mathismight looking to posture a bit more defensively, perhaps. Although I did see him play a whole bunch of aggro recently.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting to see how these two player profiles will interact. I feel like B-Man's chances with aggro against Mathismight could be decent. I don't know, it's hard to say. I haven't seen Mathismight play a lot of defense, and his heat map doesn't really make it clear what he's currently preferring.
I think he's definitely a capable defender,
Yeah,
or at
definitely.
least likes to play a bunch of mid-range.
Yep, no doubt. All right, we're getting into it. The first best of 3 today between Mathismight and B-Man. Let's go.
Well, there's a high hit point packs here for Mathismight if he wants to. I have seen him play spiders in the past. We'll opt for the quick supply specialist instead. That could be a quad sledge, but it
Please,
is a high
please.
commitment.
Huge commitment, but like it's so good. Like I've been saying this in recent casts, but like the quad sledge win rate in MAG1 League, I feel like it's been pretty good.
Yeah, we haven't seen it that much. I think we've seen it like twice or three times, but it has won every time, every single of those games.
Yeah, that's my read as well. Yeah, that's what I remember.
It's a very powerful starter here, though. I think it's a bit dependent on what you're facing, but when you're facing Hound Sledge,
Yeah.
going quad sledge sounds like a pretty good move.
Yeah, like you snowball the experience with your own sledges so that you can bully their sledges. And then of course the hounds just stand no chance against enemy sledges, especially early on.
Yeah, you just know that there's no way for your opponent to win round one if you go quad sledge in this scenario.
Yeah, but he's still thinking. He's been taking his time a lot today, which I appreciate. And with 400 supply and free unlocks these days on many of the starter units, it's like, what do you go for here? I mean, obviously Phoenix is playable there. That you'd still have to buy another crawler, which I think is fine. I mean, what else would you be considering here, Rooster?
I mean, you could just go for the classic double arc light if you want to. It'll be the Phoenix instead.
All
Okay.
right. Well, definitely wins the round. And he's hoping to gain a Phoenix level here. Pretty unlikely, but it can occur. And just defensive, rarely defensive. Whereas B-Man going for a mid-range. Very cool.
Yeah,
The
I'm gonna
hounds
be
will run in
curious to see
front.
how he wants to play the hounds. Whether he wants to just go for incendiary bomb or if he's actually planning to like use range enhancement.
Yeah, I don't think he's really in a position to use incendiary bombs. Since he is the more aggressive player. Even though it's mid-range, it's still like technically the aggressor. But I don't know, we'll see. Maybe he'll try it.
Well, for now, I will say B-Man's army doing a pretty good job of at least cleaning up the ground units.
Yeah, definitely looks good for him, should there not be the air cheese occurring. And especially against quick supply here. So yeah, we'll see if he can somehow get a round win despite being down the resources of the quick supply.
Phoenixes, will they level? It'll be very close. I think just
Not quite.
about not. Yeah.
Yeah, but surely we'll get it next round. So eventually getting that profit.
Right side, though, looks pretty oppressive so far for B-Man, but here are a bunch of drops. Round 2 Farseer. Yeah, it's a quick
Mm-hmm.
pickup for B-Man. It's very hard to pass, and
Yeah.
Math will pick the same thing.
Didn't have to think too hard. And the thing is that they're pretty good against sledges and hounds as well. Like they typically do splash 1 or 2 extra. So just really great tempo here. Handles the anti-air, of course, for B-Man, who is against a Phoenix. Mathismight, I mean, he doesn't need it for the upshoot reason, but it's just so good against those set of units.
And it's going to be more sledges after all, but a little bit delayed
Ooh,
for Math.
that's interesting. And look at this Farseer positioning. Looks like he doesn't want to go for this like rock solid defense playstyle, but possibly planning to get a little fancy, like either attacking back on the left here, or maybe even like starting to flank later on.
Oh, but the tower got leveled at the last second for BMan. I
Kind
don't
of a
know.
weird play to fortify it. No?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have the money, it's a pretty common thing. If you just want to play the
Yeah.
right side.
I guess the Phoenix is over there, so yeah, I guess it's kind of logical.
I'm not sure though if I like this Farseer positioning. Even if the tower wasn't leveled,
Hmm.
I feel like Farseer is just so good in general against low-level sledges and hounds.
Yeah, I strongly agree. Like, if that thing was just, you know, impacting his DPS on the actual fight, it would be so much better here. Like, he's supposed to be tempoing it. I guess he's still going to win the round, so that's good. And the Phoenix will get that crucial level, being able to, like, one-shot sledges and everything. So, still looking good. I don't know. We'll see if the Farseer gets sold or not. We still have to wait one more round for BMan's Typhoon Specialist, and that will be where things get a little more equal.
We get a quick amplifying core. That's another nice item for a Farseer, and that's exactly what BMan is going to be doing.
Yeah, pretty safe choice there. Yeah, both players just going to pick it up. I mean, it's just so good to have that. I actually kind of like it on Farseers in general, to be honest with you. But the blue sledge is what it's being put on. Now, I feel like that's the best, like, fighter to put it on. But the fact that it's sort of isolated and is not fighting any key targets makes me think it's not a very strong move. But BMan possibly rectifying that is going to start attacking that side. Looks like his thought process here was the steel balls will lock on and kill that Farseer. But the Farseer's gone, so not really working out there for BMan.
Yep, Farseer nowhere to be seen has been converted into 300 resources instead. And it's going to be a sledge game with the range being picked up already. I like this sledge commitment.
Mm-hmm.
I think, again, the Farseer on the right side would have been better, but honestly, he's managed to bait out quite a lot of resources from BMan on the follow-up turn, so maybe this pays off.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with everything you said there. It's a really interesting thing that occurred here. And the sledge commit is also really interesting. Maybe it's like kind of good against mid-range because there's like just enough distance where the sledges really do make use of that range, and they're sort of good in that space.
Let's have a look. There is a missile there from BMan. It will get triggered onto the crawlers, kill about a pack of them.
Just crushing the left, it looks like. I mean, everything's there, right? The blue Phoenix, the blue sledge with the amplifying core. So no surprise that side gets crushed, although it looks like it's not faring quite as well there on the right for
Yeah.
Mathismight.
Right
The
side is a
Farseer,
little
right?
bit tough. Yeah, the
Oh, it's got the
Farseer, the
amp core.
leveled hounds. There's
Yeah.
just so many hit points there, and the low-level sledges don't quite have the damage yet to be able to get rid of those efficiently.
Yes, I'm guessing B-Man's gonna get the round here. Like, of course, the tower timing comes here. Ah, actually, pretty close. But Mathismight takes yet another round.
Have
And
a
the
look at
Typhoon
this
comes
Phoenix. It's racking up damage like you wouldn't believe.
down. I
120k
know.
already.
It's so crazy.
Ooh, super heavy. Is that a consideration? Barrier, of course, could be good too.
I mean, super
Sledges could be
heavy.
paired up with a melter or something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Super heavy armor is really fun with the field maintenance technology because you're giving your tanks like so much HP and then they regenerate more, so they sort of synergizes. Now, does he run it? He does not.
Nope.
Okay, so don't even need to think about that, but that is a fun thing to look out for.
Well, B-Man does run it, but will just opt to go for the shield airdrop instead. Realizes the lack of DPS right now on the right side of the board. So the
Yeah.
shield could prove to be a massive problem if Mathismight doesn't address the DPS situation.
I mean, stopping oil as well is pretty important. Like, I could see him putting it farther forward and just saying, you know, maybe he oils me this turn.
Yeah, that's a good shout too. Hounds have picked up some range. There's one now added onto the shallow flank. Math will go for the shield as well, adds another sledge to the mix, and a phoenix, which will help a little bit, but it's only level 1. You'd really want a level
Yeah.
2, ideally.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like he's just going for a symmetrical defense after all. So just going for that rock solid board. We can see B-Man's army, just like the shape of it, definitely not symmetrical. Like all of it's on the right, but then he's like sort of committing to the left. I'm not so sure I like BMan's long-term play here. I feel like geometrically speaking, that Math does have the stronger board.
Yeah, I mean, the right side still doesn't look good to me for Math, but BMan
Yeah,
keeps committing onto the left side of the board, which I don't like. We had the steel balls,
exactly.
those were sold, but now the Typhoon from the Specialist has been added there, and a Hound on that shallow flank too. It's giving Mathismight something to do, which normally he wouldn't have.
Yeah, really good points. That shield airdrop doing fantastically, and the Farseer did pick up a level. So now it's level 2 with an amp core, and honestly, it can just bully anything it runs into. I mean, there's no, like, bigger fish in the pond, so to speak, right? Like, this Farseer is just the strongest thing on the battle.
Yep, and it's going to be proving it with a whopping 63,000 damage dealt this turn,
Yeah,
giving that Blue Phoenix a run for its money.
indeed. Well, let's see if we get some chaff clear, because the chaff clear is not looking so hot here for Mathismight. But unfortunately, we don't. But he can still buy it manually. Is it time to just pick up some Vulcans and sort of complete his army here?
Maybe it is. I mean, are you concerned about the chaff situation is the question.
The sledges really had an issue there for Mathismight, killing the crawlers of BMan, so I think something has to be done. A weird set of units, though. Like, I'm not sure what you really pick up here.
We're gonna have the Melter from Math, which is,
It's
I mean, it's tanky.
multi-melt?
It's very bad into every other unit though.
Yeah,
For
it's like
now.
the last thing that he needs, but yeah, it'll take care of the shield airdrop, I guess, and it is tanky, like you mentioned. I don't know, we'll have to see. He might just want it for multi-melt because he knows Typhoons are on the board, balls were just offered, so it does give him a safety net, and that might be the only thing on his mind here.
Positions it in front of the sledges as well. So I think, yeah, the multi-melt idea here might not be all
Yeah,
that crazy.
for sure. More sledges it is. We still do not have the mechanical rage tech on them, and that would really help them kill the crawlers. And I mean, there's not a lot of crawlers, but I mean, we saw it was an issue last round. Perhaps it was because we were stuck on the shield airdrop for a lengthy period and stuck on the sledges, so maybe it'll get rectified in the future. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully we at least get the shield airdrop, because that thing is pesky.
Oh, but the steel balls are moving in with the help of the hounds. Okay, it looks like the crawlers are a little bit too spread out here from Math. Oh, never mind. One steel ball has found
No.
the correct target on the board.
Oh, why are they so smart? They're the smartest unit in the game. Winning left at least. I mean, look at that. That's a lot of stuff left. And not even really losing the right that badly. Like, kind of. I guess the Farseer is.
Everything will die over there. The Farseer, I think, will clean up the fight.
I think so, like yeah. Oh my god.
It's still a relatively close affair. I mean, Math is losing, but he's not taking that much damage.
Yeah. Farseer getting another level. Let's see what Mathismight's gonna do here. I mean, Ion might just completely change the landscape here. BMan, though, just like snap picking efficient tech research, which is famously not the best econ card in the world. Not the worst either, but yeah, we'll see.
BMan, though, not going for the Ion Beam there into a line of sledges.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what the thought process is. Mathismight once again taking their time, whereas BMan's already basically done his turn. Looks like it was like, what, a Hound commit here, which looks very, very strong, by the way. I mean, not really strong into the sledges per se, but I feel like he has the levels to justify it, so I do like that as just sort of a way to finish off his comp. Come on, Math.
Yeah, Mathismight still thinking.
You can do it, buddy. I don't know what he's gonna go for. Like, oh,
efficient tech. Why?
That's so weird. I mean, there's one.
I don't get it.
We've paid off
They
50 of the 150.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, BMan picked up 2 techs, right? I think with Mech Rage and EMP on the Farseer.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And we have Fire Hounds now for Mathismight as well. So they did buy 2 techs, but
yeah,
I feel like that's just never worth it on Wow, okay, a third tech now for Math as well. Range on the Phoenixes as he sold the Melter.
Okay, I mean, not the worst choice. I mean, Ion would, like, break the bubble. I don't know. Maybe, I don't mind what they did. It's just, it's interesting. Oil, will it light? Do you want it to light? I don't think you want it to light.
I don't
Maybe
think
you
you
do.
want to, no.
There's hounds in it,
Well,
but
you can always like light it next turn.
Yeah, true. Looks like we're still winning the left here for Mathismight. BMan's still winning the right, and this Farseer did pick up that level, by the way. And has EMP, like you mentioned. Did the tower get fortified? No.
Nope.
Oh, man.
I will say a sledgehammer like battle is not what I was expecting at all.
Really,
today.
though, like, one player doing it, sure. But two players doing it?
Very unusual game.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a super unique game.
And looks like Mathismight's transition out of Melter into Sledgehammer techs and those ranged Phoenixes has paid off, and he will grab around.
So do you think the issue is that BMan went sort of like heavy into the hounds there, whereas Mathismight went into the sledges, and sledges just beat hounds? Like, is it really that simple? Do we have to analyze more than that?
I mean, sledges do beat hounds in a one-on-one if they have the same like level amount of techs, but hounds are better at chaff clearing.
Yeah.
So I think BMan could still try and punish the chaff clear situation a bit more. We'll opt to go for a scorpion from the looks of it.
But there's hot dogs,
attention...
right? So Math sort of
there is
thought
hot
about
dogs.
The chaff clear.
Yeah.
So his comp is pretty sweet. Now, what's his tech bar again? He's got the EMP, so like, if he clicks EMP, he can handle those scorpions.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's gotten over the initial hurdle of like making sure you have enough sledges, getting to like the double tech, and then also grabbing some levels. So I don't think this looks too bad for Math. I'm not too scared about the scorpions.
I totally agree. They don't even one-shot every pack, do they? Like, certainly not the Giga Chads on the left.
Yeah, they can't one-shot. They can level or one-shot the level 2s, but no level 3 and not the level 2s with the amp core.
Okay, got it. And the level 2 with the amp core, they can as well.
Oh,
okay.
I say that. Actually, never mind. Even the level 2 with the amp core here, I think.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Well, let's see what happens here. We do have Phoenixes pretty much everywhere and only some Farseers to really take care of it. Giga Farseer's on his way. The oil is lit. All the crawlers are dying. The hounds will also take significant damage should they run through it. Ton of sledges left. Scorpion's not connecting on any sledges just yet. I mean, it's looking okay for Math so far.
It's looking okay. I mean, BMan still does have a pretty tanky front line with all of those sledgehammers and hounds, but man, the left side, those sledgehammers took no damage whatsoever.
Yeah.
And this time around, the Farseer won't quite be able to work its magic, and the round will be going to Math again.
And the sledges keep leveling. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking really, really good for Math.
I don't think you take the enhancement here for Math.
No.
I think he picked it earlier, so that's why I'm sort of immediately being like, please don't take it, please don't take it.
I mean, in that game, at least he had stuff to sell, but I think here, you just want to keep all your sledges.
Dude, he didn't that last game. He had like one thing that he put it on, sold it, and then just held it. And then I think it immediately died. It's like, bro.
Yeah, well, you know. Sometimes it be that way.
Yeah. Well, let's see. He's taking his time once again. Is EMP good for him? It looks all right. Yeah, he goes for it. Is it bubble time?
Surely it's bubble time. You have to bubble.
I think so. It seems like the right timing. Round 8. I mean, honestly, either player could get one shot. It's really unlikely for Math to get one shot, obviously, but BMan certainly could.
And have a look at this EMP on the right side. Is BMan going to shield up more or not? Because
yeah,
that's
some
pretty
good
decent
EMP.
value.
Is it touching the bubble, by the way? I think it is, but it's like so close. EMP on the sledges, by the way, guys. That's going to be super powerful against the Scorpions.
Yeah, both players here not shielding too much. We do get the double shot out of the Scorpions just to be able to deal with these higher level sledgehammers.
Yeah, it's a good move. I think eventually it's going to come out, and it helps pop the bubbles and stuff, so... I do like it. The EMP lands, and it does indeed hit the bubble. There is oil on the battlefield, possibly never going to get lit on fire. Not sure. Left side bubble goes down. Sledges are going to get targeted here. On the left.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Chaff
there. But the right side, dude.
It looks like from Math, but now the right side, yeah, is just crushing.
Oh my god. That is pretty dominating.
I will say, though, those Scorpions are doing a really good job cleaning up.
Yeah. Like, it looks kind of promising, but at the same time, I've played this position so many times where you have this many sledges with EMP, and they just can outscale the Scorpions.
Yeah, and BMan still has a way to go and can't afford to drop any rounds. Now we have the third rotation of 3 units on top of it. Are both players going to be able to deal with the Wasps?
I mean, it's clearly a great move for BMan here, right? So I think Mathismight needs to immediately react to it. Like, tempo is so important in the late game here, and if you lose to an air loss here, it might just spiral out of control.
And look at the amount of Wasps.
Exactly. Like, oh my god.
In BMan's backline. Holy moly.
They'll get stuck on sledges for a while, of course. Like, they're not, like, important DPS. The problem is just that there's only, 4 packs of Phoenixes, and that's it, right? Like, at least BMan has these Farseers. Okay. He identifies it. He picks the Wasps. Now, what's he going to do? He's putting them really far forward, which concerns me. Okay, he's thinking about it. Ranges them.
Well, he ranges them, but does he buy just as much as BMan?
Yeah, I mean, that's the question. It looks like a hot dog, a fang, and he's going to deploy one more thing here. A sledge. I mean, those are good moves. My concern is just that he's going to lose the round to the Wasps.
Yeah, especially with the Typhoon and the Farseers on the board for BMan. These Wasps might just go down before they do anything meaningful.
Definitely. But the hot dogs were really good. Like, there is fire everywhere, and there's a million sledges, right? So, like, the ground victory should occur. Like, it just should. If he loses the ground as well, that's just completely wild. So let's see. I mean, there is Phoenixes that can eventually shoot down all the Wasps. They don't have shield. And it looks like everything is falling. The sledges are numerous, and there's still air here on the battlefield.
Yeah, I'm very surprised at how easily Math managed to deal with the right side of the board there, cleaning up the Wasps very efficiently, and that EMP turning off the techs on the Scorpions will make sure that Math takes the first game.
Really nice. Game 1 in the best of 3 going to Math. BMan on the back foot. Will he once again fall and not make it to the round of 8?
What a cool game, though. It's...
Yeah.
Like,
so refreshing,
I love
right?
seeing the sledges there.
You know, it's funny how one of the most powerful ways to scale your sledge composition is actually just to put them in a big horizontal line like this. You don't have to overcomplicate it, you know? You just... I mean, they can even touch, like, maybe you shouldn't, but, like, they can. If you just want to fit in even more, like, I have seen players do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and when your opponent gives you, like, this much time to scale, at some point, the Scorpions are just not going to be enough.
Yeah, you need, like, hackers or, like, an air, like, you know, something like Raiden or something, or, like, I mean, even War Factory can die to those sledges, so, like, it's pretty tricky, I would say.
Yeah, I think we needed a better response earlier on. Maybe the hackers sounded the best. Don't mind the idea of Raiden either, but can be tricky to get into.
I'm with you. And, like, if you go in the sky, there's always the concern that your ground just gets so crushed that, like, now there's, like, tower pressure and, like, I don't know. Sledges just simply can scale. I mean, even, like, Fort Rocket Punch would have an issue with, like, EMP. Now, I suppose, like, Photon is a thing. Like, you could try and Photon your army and still make use of techs, so Yeah, it's a wild game. Those late game sledge boards are you don't see them every day either, so a lot of players aren't super comfortable about how to deal with them. And sometimes the best counter is to just not let them get there in the first place.
Yep, fully agree. I think the one thing I will say is that BMan got pulled around the map a bit too much there. I think he overcommitted to that Farseer. I think that Farseer was somewhat out of position.
And
And
he had the tower
then,
fort already.
yeah, exactly. Like, it wasn't going to meaningfully pressure the tower in any way, but he just kept adding stuff. A steel ball, sells the steel ball, adds the Typhoon over there, like, puts stuff
Hmm.
on the shallow flank, and suddenly the highest level units, that Phoenix and the Sledgehammer on that side for Math, have stuff to do.
Exactly. Like that's the thing. If you go for a center defense, like all of your stuff will eventually come on the battlefield. But when players go for a symmetrical defense and then you give them value by attacking their weaker side, you've suddenly enabled all of their sort of useless or low priority resources, and that's just what occurred there. So really unfortunate there for B-Man. I think he was in actually a pretty good position early on, but Math really stabilized in the mid game there and then just snowballed out of control.
Yep. It looked quite even, I think, up to like round 5 or so. And then
Yeah,
all of a sudden it was like, wait a second, my opponent has like 6 sledge packs with levels and double tech, and I don't know how to deal with this.
for sure. Now, B-Man knows Mathismight might try more hot dog shenanigans like that. So I wonder if B-Man is comfortable dealing with them. I mean, they're all over the meta. 201 uses hot dogs possibly even more than 501. I mean, 501 I feel like uses it sort of the least. So I'm curious what B-Man will do as a response to this sort of hot dog strategy if he decides to go for more mid-range or more aggro.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. B-Man so far looks to only be playing mid-range, at least in the 2 games that we've seen from him.
Yeah. It's really interesting to see these 201 players finally experiment with like aggro and mid range because historically they've been such standard players, and of course their star players are still pretty standard, right? Like Scion and Flower Fairy, of course they do have strong mid range and aggro, but they're pretty much standard players, right? So it's definitely cool to see.
Well, we only have 10 seconds left to find out what's going to happen in this first best of 3. Will B-Man be able to bounce back, or will Math close it out in 2 and go ahead to face Sarah in the next best of 3?
Indeed, hopefully for his case he can survive here. He needs a win on the board to equalize it up. Does he have a pack that he's interested in here? A supply with that Mustang start. Okay,
Whoa.
that's a little interesting here. It's a great specialist. Scales super well. Okay health pool. What is Math going to pick into him, though? His
A
own
Mustang
Mustangs.
start as well.
Oh, God. Well, we saw Sledge's game 1. Is it Mustang time?
With the hounds, though, 5 hounds.
Oh, my God. I think it's hot dog. I mean, you don't really want to go hot dogs into a Mustang start, though, because of missile interception as a powerful answer.
Yeah, I
It's just
think
hound
especially
carry.
if you go 5 hounds, you don't plan to go hound fire. I think this is a hound carry
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah, I think you're right. Makes sense. That is, oh my God. It looks like a headbutt as well. This is so crazy. The craziest games between these two, I have to say.
Yeah. I'd be concerned though about something like Vulcan, but with B-Man positioning kind of mid-range too, not sure if Vulcan would fit on the board too well.
Yeah, I agree. I think it might be too close proximity for a Vulcan. Like, you would just get, like, Rhino armored or something like that.
Yep. Well, for now it's going to be Math coming out ahead. Slightly more hit points on his units. Went for the 5 hounds, and that will make the difference.
Yeah, they're just, like, tanky enough, and their splash is, like, really effective in these sort of fights, so... Gets a small edge there. Of course, experience is incredibly valuable, so that fight does matter. We've got unit reinforcements here. I mean, in a close proximity battle, these are all premier units. So what would you pick here?
I love that Tarantula. I would probably insta-pick it, because leveling Tarantulas is so hard, but they're very, very good into Hound, Mustang, Crawler, like, all of that, really. Matt, though, will go for the Wraith. I mean, he has the Marksman himself, So it's a bit scarier for BMan to pick into him, but of course he can simply pick it into BMan without too much trouble.
Yeah, great points there. I suppose maybe the ball is good against the tarantula. I mean, I still agree with you. You can just pick the tarantula, no problem. Like, it's just good chaff clear, right? But I do think that there is sort of like a ball line where you'd be maybe a bit nervous.
Yeah, level 2 steel ball this early, definitely hard to deal with. And the marksman is on the wrong side to deal with it too.
True. Which could be good or bad, to be honest, but probably bad.
Wow. Instant range and loaned from BMan.
Wait, what? I missed that. What did he actually spend all his money on? What
He's
the
loaning.
actual?
Okay. Yeah, he
Okay.
ranged the hounds.
Okay, so he had what? 400 money when his turn started. So he
100 on the balls.
Yeah.
And then range on the hounds, and then loaned for 2 deployments.
Okay, and did he float 100? No, he took the attack enhancement.
Also,
Okay.
he's gonna lose the round.
Oh god, guys. Oh god.
No,
BMan,
no.
I want
Oh,
you
no.
to I want you to get through, but I also want Math to get through. It's so hard to root for somebody here. But that's not really boding well for BMan, I have to say. I mean, he scales because of his specialist, so he's not like dead by any means, but
All right. I'm gonna try and justify it.
okay.
I'll do my best. He believes this to be a hound mirror, and both of them want to go into hound carry. And what matters in the carry, or in any mirror, is levels and techs. And because he lost round 1, he's scared that he's already too far behind, so he tries to loan and grab range before Math does, to pick up as much experience as possible, and try to kind of get back into this hound mirror.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Which, I don't know. Like, look, he got 1 level on the right side, which isn't really involved in the battle, but you know, you try things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I agree the thought was there, and I think it would have worked if it wasn't for Wraith being just such a nice pickup, right? Like, you just don't have a lot of anti-air there, and the Mustangs are sort of paper, so...
I will say, the Phoenix pickup here doesn't look too bad. Of course, BMan not loaning again, trying to recover, but that's going to be a very slow turn. Instead, Math picked up the electromagnetic impact very early, has a low cooldown, so will come back and should get good value.
Yeah, I agree. This will be an interesting battle because the Hound on the right should bully the right side. I guess there's a bunch of stuff over there, but I feel like it'll be nice to have that. The Mustang also leveling here, going to take care of that flank. Impact comes through, gets rid of the range on that one Hound, slowing everything down. The ball's not really able to do too much, just tanking there. Right side, looks like the blue Hound is actually just going to completely win.
Yes, surprised about that, because it had to face a ranged Hound pack, a Mustang, and a Crawler, but it's just going to gobble them all up.
Levels are OP, man.
They're pretty good.
God.
The loan paying off.
Yeah. Oh, the Mustang's killing that Phoenix there. Quite important.
Yeah, but there's still some hounds left, and that steel ball out for revenge.
Yep. Well, now you have to wonder, do I have to protect my right tower? That's what Mathismight has to think here, because that one blue Hound, man, he's a menace.
Amplifying core. Picked up from both players. Will find its way onto the steel balls.
Yeah,
and on the Mustangs from Math.
I think it's more tempo on the steel balls, but I think it's more value long term on that Mustang. But he can always sell the ball, so I guess I'm fine with it.
This is such a BMan just managed to recover after all? Like,
I mean, I think so. Is the Orange Man just gone, by the way? So his specialist was not super impactful, right? Whereas BMan's making 50 supplies per turn, so even though he loaned, I mean, I think everything's sort of fine.
Yeah, he made the money back from the loan at least.
This missile, by the way, that's such a great
Always
move.
loaning again.
Oh my god. Okay, what's he doing with it? Bubble? Which is really good, by the way, I think. Like, it probably lives for a long time. And just another Hound. Okay, so he is going to start attacking the right side here.
And both players are just playing the exact same thing here. Ranged Mustang, ranged Hounds, and a couple of chaff units.
I know, it's so crazy. Oh my god, temp speed as well? Are you kidding me?
Good missile, though, on the right side from Math.
I know, that was critical.
Hound.
Yeah, definitely. It's really important to missile out problematic units like that. Like, when they're leveled like that, it's so much value.
I'm not too sure what's happening, though. I mean, the high-level Mustangs from Math are doing well on the left side.
Oh my god, is there
They
one
will
Mustang
win
in the
out.
bubble? No, I think it's not. No, okay. Oof. Can you imagine you lose the bubble there?
Yeah, that would be disastrous. But that's another... Okay, maybe BMan just needs to stop loaning. Every time he's loaned, he's lost a round.
I
And then when he
know,
didn't
just...
loan, he did win.
Oh, you can power up your shield. How can you say no? It's free.
It's actually... I mean, honestly...
Math takes it. I mean, there's like deployment module and redeploy as well. Like, there's some cool options here. Okay, B-Man going for it. The ball is moving sides. That protects against the sentry missile and puts a lot of pressure on the right side. Even a crawler being added. Temp speed once again.
This time around, no loan.
Not yet. Hold your horses, Rooster.
Mass recruiting.
I know, I'm so curious what he's going to do.
At this
He's
point, I
gonna...
wouldn't know what you would loan for, though. Like, if you would loan for Mech Rage on Hound, maybe I'd get it, but...
Yeah. I mean, you could, like, bubble with your advanced... Oh, no, you didn't take advanced shield. Yeah, yeah, probably he's not going to. Mathismight has 850 in the bank, by the way, so he's got Mechanical Rage available on his Hounds if he wants it. That would be huge in the mirror, but, I mean, also he needs, like, some chaff, I feel. He doesn't really have a defensive line like B-Man has. B-Man's got, like, 3 front crawlers. He's got this amplified Steel Ball level 2. So I'm a little nervous here. Maybe he just takes advantage of the shield device thingy that he took.
Yeah, I will say the B-Man right side looking powerful now with the redeployment and those steel balls. There's nothing that really deals massive DPS on Math's board apart from the
Oh.
level 3 Mustang on the left side.
He bubbles,
the
and will the
ball.
ball just
Yeah,
take
but the
care of
balls
it?
will easily take care of that, no? There's
I
no way
think
that they go
so.
down.
Okay, that's...
Or do they? Well, the outside ones are kind of falling, but yeah, no,
I think they're
that will
fine.
fall.
Yeah, left bubble also going to go down. So both bubbles gone, but also tit for tat there on the left. But man, Mathismight is just owning.
Yeah, doing very well for himself.
Yeah, I mean, like the Mustang levels are going to start to snowball. And he has the amplifying core on the Mustang, not the steel ball. So Mathismight is just... I feel like he's kind of crushing. Like, his one downside is he has no tanks. Oh my god. Item.
Improved firepower control system, baby.
Yep. EMP is back, like you were mentioning earlier. Yeah, I don't know. There's still a lot of directions the game can go, but it looks like for this round, Mathismight says, I'm not changing anything. I'm just going to take Mechanical Rage here, get some more crawlers, and give this round another go. Looks like B-Man, same thing, not ready to commit in any particular direction yet. Because keep in mind, guys, like, there are a lot of plays you can do here. You can do, like, Armored Phantom Race, for example, keep the Mustangs busy, just win in the air. Like, there are tactics available, so I don't think the game's over. But Mathismight is in a pretty commanding position.
Well, we all knew the real play was just to keep going in the Mustang Hound line.
Yeah, these are just memes, guys.
I am a bit worried for B-Man, though, because he's behind on deployments, levels.
Yeah.
The steel ball is hoarding that amplifying core, which you'd probably want to have onto a high-level Mustang by this point, but...
Exactly. No armor on balls either, by the way. So, like, there's not even, like, a tempo, like, gut shot move in that particular way either. I mean, this just feels so bad. His bubble got popped. The EMP, of course, applying most of the damage. He bought a bubble that seems to be doing, like, nothing. It's, like, really far back for some reason.
His right side is looking more or stronger. That level 3 Hound is doing bits.
Yeah, I'm not sure
the level
what
3 Mustangs
changed.
from Math are an issue.
Yeah, no doubt. The timing is great. Will the Mustangs just clear everything? Nah, they're outgunned. Well, oh, okay, I kind of lied. But B-Man does take the round, barely.
And he's okay. I mean, B-Man has managed to catch up somewhat on the Mustang levels, has his own level 3. Of course, Math has level 4 Stangs available, but It's not looking like terrible just yet. He didn't take too much damage there. Still waiting for the Giants, though, and this unit drop, I don't know, is Sabretooth good enough of a tank?
I would just rather pick the Tarantula. I feel like it's like I guess there's like they counter each other, so like it's not super clear that you do, but like I don't know. Wow, this Typhoons? Are you serious? Oh, I guess it's no, I
Well, you
don't. I
get
don't get
3
it.
of them.
You get 3 of them. All right, you figured it out. No, I think that's a really weird move. I guess it's for the flanks.
Hey, deployments matter, man.
Deployments do matter. Huh.
But Sabretooth, oh, he doesn't run field maintenance. Like, this could have been a field maintenance Saber, like, turn from B-Man.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
If he ran it, but he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting idea there. I mean, some players have been trying secondary armaments as a hound counter. Of course, that's only good if you buy like a lot of them, but yeah, it's something to think about.
Yeah, I mean, you kill like 1 hound every 4 seconds. I guess 2, because you have 2 side armaments, but
Yeah.
it's also
I
like
don't
you
know.
have to stay in range of them because they don't. That tech doesn't scale with range. Underground
Yeah.
crawler.
Okay.
Huh.
I mean, good against the Mustangs and okay against the hounds, but not really, to be honest.
I mean, if they were leveled, maybe they could like
Yeah.
get over a certain threshold and not get one shot, but
Yeah,
now that doesn't
exactly.
really seem to be the case. Right side really collapsing hard now from
My God.
Math.
That was an insane win there on the right. Yeah, like the left side has the Giga stuff, like all the Mustangs with their levels and stuff. So it
The
looks like
Mustangs
he's
do have
losing.
AP now.
Oh my God, seriously? All right, these
Yep.
things are insane. Like, look, he's gonna win. Oh my God.
How insane is that? Just a classic like 1 Mustang pack. It's just like, yeah,
I know.
I'll take care of everything. I have 232 kills in 7 rounds. Don't worry about it.
An additional level, more items.
Super heavy, but amplifying core. Perhaps an easier middle ground there. B-Man picks it.
Yeah, kind of snap picks it. I mean, this has been the story: is B-Man does this turn while Math is still deciding.
Ooh.
So let's hide panel and take a look. Yeah, armor was picked up. That's an interesting move.
I was wondering about this. Armor on the Hounds now versus these Mustangs. That
Yeah,
could be an
it's-
issue. On the right side, it definitely is.
Yes, but it'll take a long time for it to matter. And technically, this blue Mustang can kill the blue hound. So like, I don't think it'll like get tower, but I do agree that it's like really potent, and I think it will lead to the right side tower collapsing once again. I don't know. Does B-Man just win now? Like, do you think? Do you think this is just going to be really strong?
I do think this is a massive issue for Math.
Yeah.
Especially with more Hounds being picked up. Even those high-level Mustangs that deal 368 damage per shot, those level 2 Hounds will block 120 of it. Like, it'll stall for some time, and sometimes that's all you need, because B-Man has some pretty big Mustangs of his own, and if you give them a bit of uptime, they might be able to catch up.
Sure. Yeah. And we're picking up more crawlers here. It's like simply to protect them from sentry missiles, by the way, which is not that powerful. Like, that feels bad to have to do that. So we'll see. I mean, I feel like he's going to have a lot of problems to solve, and because he's deploying crawlers and not the answers, he might be in a pickle here.
Yeah, Math has just kind of been stalling, and I think he's starting to run out of things to do with his money. Like,
Guys.
the Mustangs already have levels, the Mustangs already have AP, he already went second tower attack. At some point, he needs something big, and have a
That's
look
right.
at that right side just
my
completely crushing for
God.
B-Man.
This is insane. Just that one tech making such a massive difference. How much damage is that? 4,600 goes down to 3,200. All right, almost 1.5k there. Nasty.
And we do get some unit drops, and Math will go for the factory. He might opt to keep that.
I feel like it's pretty nice. Like, maybe he doesn't have any parking spots for it, but it's still really good against everything there, and even counters the worm.
Is this an HE factory angle?
Oh my god, does he run it? He does run it. Okay. How they one-shot the hounds, even with it, right?
Yeah, I would imagine it does. I mean, the War
That would be
Factory deals
so cool.
9,000 damage per shot, so
Yeah,
it
30%
can afford to
reduction.
lose 30%.
Yeah. Okay, I mean that would be super cool. Obviously it would not help against the worms, but against like literally everything else, it's fantastic. How's the money? We have 2,400 here for Mathismight. 45 seconds on the clock here. He has a lot of decisions to make, guys. I mean, he has to worry
He could
about the
also
collapses.
loan for like double factory, but he'll be very broke next turn.
Hmm.
Double blue
Yeah.
factory, I mean.
Double blue factory. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you just win the game if you do that. So, I mean, I
I
guess they can
think
tie.
the awkward bit is that he's left 6 spaces between the Hounds and the Mustangs, so like he just about
Yeah.
can't fit the factory in there.
Indeed. He goes for range and launcher, so just wants like
And
brawling.
HE as well!
Oh my god,
Triple
guys.
double factory. Holy.
Oh, I don't like it at the front though. Oh. Oh.
Oh, okay, well at least he's avoiding the Sabertooth insta-lock.
I'm not sure about this guy. He might have put that way too far forward. I know he didn't really have good spots for it, but let's see. I'm super nervous for him. I'm also nervous about his left tower. Like, if that tower falls, the war factories are just useless at that point.
True, yeah, and there are like the big stangs over there, which have been kind of
Yeah.
important, so if he loses those,
True, true.
he'll be a
look at
little
the
bit sad.
tower.
Oh, the debuff!
Huge. Let's see the splash. Come on. They got the range.
It's
They got the
been
launcher.
doing a lot of work already on the right side.
Yeah.
Wow. This has panned out so well for Math. Is it enough? Oh, it's not quite. 126.
Oh my god. I mean, taking the worms didn't feel like the play there, considering there was war factories, no?
I mean, I guess not, but the question is Math out of the water here?
Yeah,
Because
that's the
that
question.
factory is just parked all the way up front. So do you sell that? Do you have to move it? Melters are coming out for
Exactly.
BMan, obviously. And
Yeah.
BMan, I mean, the rest of his board, if the factories don't deal with those hounds, nothing else for Math will.
I'm totally with you here. This is dangerous. And like with the upkeep cost and the loans and everything, his money is not quite as high as it was last round. So there's only so many things he can do here. Obviously, he can sell the war factory, and I'm sure he's thinking about it. He does level the one below it, so does want to keep some resources in this right-hand side of the board. Really needs to keep his towers alive, by the way.
Yeah, and the left side was looking a bit dicey. Okay, a new factory gets purchased from the money of that one that got sold. And what we put on the left side, love that. We've got a level
Yeah.
3 hound redeployed on the left flank. That'll just instantly die. So definitely
Yes.
some inefficiencies there for B-Man.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is going to be close. Now, the oil comes down. There is no fire on the battlefield, I believe. So this is simply to slow down the war factories or whatever else may be there. I don't know who's going to take this. I mean, the melters are scary, and the armor is still annoying. Like, the war factories are not really close enough to kill the armored hounds anymore, I feel.
They're not, but they do have a pretty good amount of range. And the hounds
Yeah.
are low range themselves, so they are slowly moving in. Right side just instantly deleting that pack.
Yeah, that was crazy. But look how
The
far
worm
they are
doesn't
now.
fare much better.
Oh man, the oil as well. Like, surely that blue war factory is gonna eventually get locked on.
It doesn't look to be the case. These hounds are doing a fantastic job against the Melter, and because there's nothing left to chaff clear from B-Man, Melter's just stuck. Left side has already won, and I think
Oh
Math
my
has just pulled it
god.
out of the bag.
This was such a cool win for Math. Oh my god. Triple Tex War Factory all in one round.
With high explosive ammo, mind you.
So cool. That's gonna eliminate B-Man. That's a 2-0 in this best of 3 for Mathismight versus B-Man.
Yeah, very, very nicely done. Such cool games. I mean, both of these games, very unusual, showcasing some great strategies there with the sledgehammers in game 1, and now we get a crazy hound mirror where I have to admit B-Man held on for far longer than I thought he would after those early round like loans. And yeah,
Yeah.
finishes it off with the good old truck.
Absolutely. Honestly, I really liked the armor play here from B-Man. I think it was such a great move that got him back in the game. Maybe if he like didn't take the worms, did something else, he had a chance there. But man, what a great response from Mathismight. Like this is honestly something to think about now in future games. High explosive ammo versus hounds, like that just demolished them.
Yep. I've been running it on my factory for a while, but I just never cared to click it. But I think math has given me a reason to.
Yeah. I don't know. Even if it ends up not being like a really solid response that we figure out that it's not that good, I think it's so satisfying. Like those are like level 5 with an amp core, and they just get one shot. Like that's insane.
Yep. It's on par with the if you get like a spider HE shell to like hit the pack perfectly, and it,
True.
it
Yeah.
damages all of them.
Indeed. Yeah.
Well,
that was cool.
as exciting as that was, we're still not done because we've got Sarah versus Math in our next best of 3, and that will decide who goes through. Math maybe a bit of a high right